Hello everyone, hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to another video of integrating the Breez SDK Nodeless into React Native and Expo. Today, we'll be looking how to read the wallet's information from the Liquid SDK. Once again, if you want to follow along, simply to commit saying feature and wallet info, which is the third commit from the base. So let's get to it. The first thing we want to do is we want to go to the components folder and check out the wallet info component that I've created. So the wallet info component is a very simple component that takes an info object of type wallet info, and the wallet info type is exposed from the Breez SDK package. If we take a look at it, it will include the balance sat, so the total balance of the wallet in Satoshis, the pending send sat, so the pending outward balance, the pending receive sat, so the pending inward balance, the wallet's fingerprint, and the wallet's public key. So for now, all I've done is I've created a view where we can check out the total balance and also the pending receive and pending send balance when it's greater than 0, as you can see right here. So the next thing we want to do is to have a way to retrieve this information. The first step in doing that, or at least how I've done it, is by adding stores. What I'm using here is Redux, but there's many ways to add a store. You can use local storage if you'd like, but I found this to be the simplest way to integrate, especially when you have multiple views and multiple components that need to communicate with one another. So I've created this store and a reducer called info reducer. And if we take a look at it, right here, it's been opened on the bottom. 1 second. All right. If we take a look at this info reducer, all it's doing is creating a slice with initial state null, and it has a set info method, but allows us to periodically update the information once we receive it. Now that we have the store, what we want to do is have a listener that periodically updates our wallet information. And you may be asking yourself, when is it that we should actually trigger this method? One great way to have a reactive and responsive UI is by having events. And fortunately, the Liquid SDK provides us with a way for us to read and actually listen to the events that it broadcasts. The way you do that is by creating an onEvent function. You can call it however you'd like. I've just called it onEvent in this case. And this onEvent function will decide how to handle events once they're broadcasted by the SDK. So in this case, what I'm doing is I'm listening to the event, which, by the way, just as a type, which is an enumeration variant. These are the possible variants. You can check them out also in the documentation. And it has details. Especially in the cases of a payment event, you probably have the payment. But in this case, we're not really looking at that. All we want to look at is in the case where the type, as you can see right here, is SDK event variant synced. Once we get an event variant of type synced, we'll know that the SDK has synced with the underlying blockchain, both the Liquid and the Bitcoin chain. And so that's going to be the perfect time for us to call getInfo and find out whether our balance is being updated or not. So what I'm doing here is I'm calling the method Liquid SDK getInfo, and then I'm dispatching a call to the store so that the information can be updated. Finally, if there's an error, I probably want to catch them, and there's many ways to handle this, but for now I'm just logging into the console. Usually the flow would be to display an error message to the user, but that can be easily done with notifications and our React Native plugins. So once we've created this onEvent method, we want to pass it to the SDK. A great place to do it, in my opinion, is in the init SDK method that we've defined in the previous video. And all we have to do is call Liquid SDK add-event listener and pass in the method we just created. And we'll probably also want to catch the error if there's any error in the initialization. And finally, what this will do is it will tell the SDK to actually, it will tell our UI to read the events from the SDK and update this 0 Bitcoin balance that we have right here whenever there's a new payment. Next video maybe, I'll show you how this actually plays out once we'll have the receive and send payment methods. But for now, this is it. Thank you for watching.